Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Some would be entertained by it. Some would be horrified by
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
All would be interested in it.
The Rob and Kale podcast.
Let's go.
Welcome in to the Rob and Kale podcast. My name is Rob Sanders. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, where in less than a week, South Carolina will kick off their season with Georgia State. They will not have what happened to Tennessee happen to them, because if they do, my friend in the upstate will be pissed. Number one Gamecock YouTuber on the planet, Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. What's up, buddy?
What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday evening. Good day of college football yesterday. About what I expected. Some blips and blunders, and there were some things there that we didn't expect, but that's exactly how I figured it would play out. Couple of damn, why didn't I think of that type picks yesterday? So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
I mean, yeah, it was. I tell you what. Virtual Kale, when he saw the performance by Ryan Helinski, I mean, here is his thoughts.
Will Muschamp should be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, this guy went up there and threw for a ton of yards. So, yeah, I mean, that was the games that I mean, I honestly didn't see coming. I mean, I got to be honest with you on that. So,
well,
but anyway.
I mean, and that's great. That's good. I mean, for him, I mean, he's obviously. I mean, he's grown up, matured, and gotten past whatever it was that was bothering him. At least he did yesterday. So that was a good win for them. I was glad to see it. Yeah, I made a video, and I talked about this today, that, it kind of ticks me off a little bit that everybody on that damn game talking about it, the commentary, everything, all that you hear is just the Scott Frost. Yeah, nobody is giving any praise to Northwestern was a 3-9 team last year, and they were a bad 3-9 team for going halfway across the freaking world, basically, and winning a huge game.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in a moment. We'll also take some calls. A couple of things. I want to update the Callaway's standings here. I'm going to say this one time, all right? There's a couple of things that we've got to put out there. There are some of you that are not on Facebook. That's okay. All right? The Pick'em forms will be up on the robandkaleshow.com website. So you can get them from robandkaleshow.com. You can get them from Facebook. As soon as I make the form, they will be right there for you. Now, once you submit the form, it automatically sends you something back saying, hey, here's your picks for the week. If you do not get a form back, here's the thing. It's probably in your junk mail. It's probably in your spam folder, okay? Some of you submitted picks 5 and 6 times, the same picks, and that's okay. I don't care how many times that you submit your picks, but understand, once you submit it, the Google form will be sent to us, and your picks are loaded, ready to go. Okay. You don't have to confirm that they're there. Generally, right around 12:15, I will post everybody's picks for the week on the robandkaleshow.com website, and I will share that link on Facebook. So you can see what you picked and what everybody else picked after the games have started. Now, I'm going to say this too. The deadline for each week is 12 noon on Saturday. Mm-hmm. If you are late, then your picks do not count. This is the last week that I'm going to have people putting in picks at 4 o'clock. One guy says, I didn't give, what I did this week was, there were people that got into the matchups right after the Nebraska Northwestern game ended. Yeah. So you knew the outcome of that game. All right. If that game kicks off, you don't have access to that game anymore. So I didn't give people credit for that. We have said from the beginning that the deadline is noon. I don't give a shit if they kick off at 4 o'clock. The deadline is noon on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
End of discussion. Okay. I'm going to make adjustments for some folks this week since it's the first week. If you can't handle getting something in between Wednesday and Saturday at noon, I can't help you. All right. We love everybody being in the contest. It's our signature contest, but holy shit. Holy shit with some of y'all. My God.
Also, I wanted to throw this one out there. Someone asked me to throw this out in case anybody doesn't know. We picked the games. We're picking them against the spread. They're not money line. It's not just pick a winner or a loser. It's against the spread. So
Someone picked their games straight up. Actually, I think people were asking me about that on Friday. It's just straight up, right? No, the games are against the spread. That's why we have the spreads next to each one of them. And I know for some of you who are with it, this is boring to you, but I just want to get the rules out there so everybody's in the mix. All right. Let's Biscuit says, wait, you might confuse Bama fans. Spam is a regular part of their nutrition. Sir, that
it's
is
a food group in Alabama.
of course it is. It's protein in Alabama. Protein. All right. Anyway, high noon. Make sure that your picks are
Jack
in.
Daniels, Spam, store brand Ritz crackers, and Jack Daniels. Again, of the 4 food groups in Alabama.
All right, so let's give out some attaboys here. Carlos Klein, Lee Wilder, and Sir Uga all got 7 straight picks correct. That is a hell of a week when you get 7 straight picks correct. Lots of people with 6, Chad Tomlinson, Daniel Gregory. I can read them on down the line here, but everything's on the website. Some people didn't finish as well. But as I predicted from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see it right here on the bottom. I'm going to share this because I want people to see it. Just like I promised you on the show the other night, Peg and Megan, ladies and gentlemen, Peg and Megan actually, look, you can see it right there. Everybody see that on the bottom there? Yes, Peg and Megan, dead fucking last, just like I said.
Did
You
he
know
not?
why? Because he didn't pick games. After he was on the show and said, yes, I'm going to pick games, I'm going to start calling him yellow.
Why is he such a dipshit? I mean, how lazy do you have to be that you can't take 2 seconds to fill out a form with 7 freaking games on it? Just pick them. I mean, you got in there for free. Just do it.
I am going to call him Yellow Megan because that's he's yellow. He doesn't want people seeing his picks. I think he watches nothing but Georgia games and Texas A&M games. That's pretty much where he's at. Bible Belt says he's scared to get exposed. Until you pick games, sir, you're going to take the beating here. Peg and Megan's a good guy, but holy shit, man. Come on, man. As I said, though, you guys give me shit for being wrong on a lot of stuff. I said he'd be in dead fucking last. He's in dead fucking last. There you
Now,
go.
when have you ever been wrong?
Oh, I'm wrong all the time. My wife's sitting over here. She'll tell me all the
yeah, you were wrong.
I fuck up daily.
Black Santa Claus.
Daily, sir. Yeah. I was wrong about that. Dude, I'm wrong all the damn time. Hell. As I've gotten older,
Man thinks Tom Landry is still coaching Dallas.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I still think Brett Favre's the quarterback of the Packers, and I still think South Carolina's got a good baseball team. What the fuck is wrong with me, Jackpot? I'm all over the place.
South Carolina does, in fact, not have a good baseball team, and yeah, so
yeah,
they do not.
Anyway, let's thank Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia for sponsoring the Pick'em Challenge. Someone's going to win a shit ton of money. Yeah, week 0 is in the books, but thank Callaway's Bar and Grill.com. We also have from Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, the Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story.
Well, it sucks to be a Gamecock. Look at that. Vanderbilt got a big win last night. That might be another loss on our schedule. I sure hope not. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
A message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Jackpot, Vandy
Leonard Sarasota says he can see Vandy winning 2 games in the SEC East, Missouri, and, of course, South Carolina. Okay, well, they haven't beaten South Carolina since 2008. They last beat your team in 2017. So, I really don't get that logic. Really don't get that logic.
I don't understand that either. I'm goofing about Vanderbilt. It was just Jackpot. That's the only time and that I can remember where I've noticed Vanderbilt beat the holy hell out of someone. I'm serious. I know that it's Hawaii and Hawaii sucks ass, but Vanderbilt doesn't win very many games on the road, and they won by 53. I'm not saying they're going to win the SEC East. I'm just saying maybe Clark Lee might be turning some heads there. I don't know. For the longest time, we haven't seen Vanderbilt just go out and just beat the shit out of somebody. They flew halfway across the planet and did it. So big ups to the Commodores.
Yeah, that was a big win for them. Let's not get lost in it too much.
No. Yeah. But the thing is that they don't get very many wins though, especially on the road. They go on the road, they don't win games. So, that's a big win for their program. To go on the road and win a game is huge for them right now. It's a baby step for Clark Lee, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, they still sucks, but still, I agree with Leonard on that. That was probably Vanderbilt's bowl game. We'll see. We'll see. All right, Jackpot. Jackpot. We've also the rest of the games that were out there. I follow this guy on TikTok, and he was telling me, man, you got to take UTEP on the money line. I was buying it so much, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I called Virtual Jackpot, and Virtual Jackpot was like, all right, let's put some money on the money line. When that happens, guess what? That didn't work out too well. Virtual Jackpot was not happy after the game.
I fucking hate him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that guy was an idiot. I don't know, what
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who that guy is, but I'm not getting any pics from him about the money line. That's not happening. He pissed off Virtual Jackpot. Took his lunch money and everything. It was insane.
Yeah, that was kind of a bad pick there.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
in all seriousness, that was set up perfectly for UTEP. They had a sellout crowd, and hell, the score at halftime, it was 14-13, North Texas. They just went out and laid an absolute turd burger in the second half, 17 unanswered points.
What a mess. Anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to announce the games for this coming week, Jackpot. Here we go. Hold on, let me send this really quick here. All right. Let's see here from Jackpot. Here are the games for this week. There are 10 games, ladies and gentlemen. FSU and LSU, Clemson and Georgia Tech, Oregon and UGA, South Carolina and Georgia State, Army and Coastal, Utah and Florida, Notre Dame and Ohio State, Cincinnati and Arkansas, UNC and App State, and North Carolina State and ECU. Jackpot, you also have a Cale Hall special for the 11th game. But I mean, all of those games are solid as hell. And to be honest, if the West Virginia Pitt game wasn't on Thursday night, that would be in the mix too.
Yeah, that either that or that big scintillating matchup in Knoxville between David Letterman's alma mater and the Voltards.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But I would have put Pitt, West Virginia if it wasn't on Thursday night. So
yeah,
there's that.
Okay, all right. The Cale, your week 1 Cale Hall special, and this one's not the absolute hot deuce that we normally have. This one, our Houston Cougars on the road at the UTSA Roadrunners.
What the fuck?
What? Oh my God.
You sorry motherfuckers!
Really? Really?
Yep.
Jeez. All right. Well, the form will be up on the in the next couple of days at robandkaleshow.com. We'll have it up and ready to go for you. Very simple, just like this week. And then we'll go for there. Biscuit goes, was that Boss Hog? No, it was not Boss Hog. It was Virtual Jackpot.
One of those teams, one of them is a 4-point favorite. I think Houston is a 4-point road favorite at UT San Antonio.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm mad. I'm just a little bit perturbed.
Why are you acting like that's such a shit game? I mean, it's a short line.
I don't want to pick that fucking game. Well, I mean, God damn it. Every week
majors
has the virtual. I mean, his Cale Hall special, and it's never fucking special. It's always a shit show.
Well, I was thinking about doing UMass and Tulane, but
now you need to save that for the regulars to a little bit later in the season.
Oh yeah,
there's be plenty of UMass games. I think UMass plays UConn at some point this season. That's a game that you better have on the mix. Ugh.
Yeah, we had that one last year.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah. We also had Vanderbilt and UConn last year.
Ugh. Doesn't Vanderbilt play Duke next? I think.
No, they play Wake Forest this year. No, they play Elon next week.
No, Northwestern plays Duke next.
Yeah,
and Northwestern might start the season 2-0.
Northwestern's going to stomp a whole. No, I don't know. They must have an off week because Duke plays Temple this week.
Oh, okay. Maybe they got the off week for the yeah. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to take calls. If you'd like to get involved with the program, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Jackpot with his Beeve hat on.
The Beeve. Thought about putting theirs in there too. They got a home game against Boise State. But
that would have been better than but I think they play Friday night, so let's see. But yeah, all right. Jackpot gets to pick the Cale Hall specials. They're his. Holy shit with all that. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you would like to join the program, let's go out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, this is Justin in the comment section.
Hi, Justin.
How did Nebraska can lose on an offside kick with 11-point lead?
Jackpot, can you explain that to me?
That was dumb. I mean, you usually go for an onside kick when you're trying to steal the momentum. You don't go for an onside kick when you already have the momentum. That was just a boneheaded decision.
Well, they asked Scott Frost about it. They asked Scott Frost about it post game. Here's what he said.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Exactly. What the fuck are you doing, Scott Frost? Cost
Yeah, he
himself a game.
just gets to be out of the job because he ain't worth a flick right now. That's just the most dumbest play I ever seen in college football ever.
Well, you haven't been watching long, sir.
That wasn't as stupid as a defensive end trying to throw a touchdown pass.
That wasn't as stupid as someone running into the end zone and dropping the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of happened too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the stupid is someone being back to
be gone. They ain't no excuses to lose to Northwestern. No excuses at all.
All right. Do you have anything else for the show, sir?
Oh, yes, I do. What's the point spread for Alabama Utah State game?
Who gives
30?
a fuck?
30? 39?
I think they'll cover.
You think Utah State
By the way,
will cover?
Road Tide.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Brock Lee says, honestly, a good pick for the Cal Hall special. See, I mean, somebody else agrees with me. That's a good game. It's a short line. That's going to be a tough one. I should have picked UMass and Tulane. I should have put that in there. That's all you want to complain.
Jesus. My wife didn't like me saying who gives a fuck on the spread there. My poor wife. She married a dope.
Yeah, she did.
Anyway, 803-470-2905. If you would like to get involved with the program this evening, we'll take calls here for a little bit. Jackpot with his Will Muschamp glasses on. Look at you, Jackpot.
Yeah, I have trouble seeing
better than he
nighttime.
does. You wear them better than he does, though. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, they were like,
yeah, they're on the end of his nose, like he's a professor of some sort. And they were all loving him too. You notice that? They all thought he was, oh, look, it's Professor Muschamp. Get the fuck out of here.
Jay Shipe said, stop putting shitty teams on Pick'em.
Thanks, Jay, for helping out. Tulane in the membrane, says Big Barney Ross. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. All right. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. As we roll along here, I mean, it's the first big week. We've got some games this week that are that will be up. What is it? Thursday's the West Virginia Pitt game. I will be watching that. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yep.
And we got what Mizzou's playing some shithole, Louisiana Tech. Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, I think Mizzou's favored by 19.5, and I think that's too much.
Oh, so you take Tech, is what you're saying?
Yep. Sure would.
Jay says, damn, what size hat y'all wear?
69.
Why are you worried about my hat, Jay? You want to buy me a hat? Shit. All right, here we go. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Call Carolina Jackpot. Call into the show. Hit the like button and subscribe.
I'm gonna settle down. I didn't turn this fucking shit off.
I like that.
I like that.
That was catchy. You need to isolate that and
put some music to it.
Yeah, I mean, make that the theme music. It's great.
Wilder says, gave us $5 in a super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's see here. I don't know who said that, but all right. The caller must have got a free beer. Good call there, Daddy-O.
Yeah, did you hear about the Northwestern Nebraska game? So, like, the internet was down at the stadium yesterday, and so I guess they weren't able to operate the cash registers, so all the beer and food was free.
Ta-da! Caden says, has Jackpot went off on Rob yet? He said that in his video yesterday. I don't know. I did something to piss you off yesterday, Jackpot?
Not yet.
Not yet? Well, whatever. I take my lumpins. If I've pissed off Jackpot, then fine. We shall see. Big Barney Ross says Missouri will struggle with the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Brock says that caller sang his heart out for everyone in his trailer to hear. I don't think he was in a trailer. I mean, you would have heard that stuff like bouncing off the walls and stuff, man. But that is
I think
funny.
he was on a clubhouse.
He was in a clubhouse.
Jack Shack.
His own Jack Shack. All right, 803-470-2905. By the way, new time for the show. We will be doing the show now at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the new time for these shows.
9 p.m.
Beat Miami of Ohio by 13. Okay. Bible Belt says, I didn't hear his chihuahuas barking in the background, so probably wasn't in the trailer park. The Utah and Florida line, Jackpot, I don't know it off the top of my head.
Like 2, I think.
Yeah. I think it's 2.5, something like that. I have to check.
Utah and 2.
So there's that. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. That's the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program this evening as we kick off week 1. By the way, Wednesday, we will have our picks.
It's Eastern time, Justin.
Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah, Justin. Sorry about that. But we will have our picks for week 1 on Wednesday night. And Stephen A says projections for the South Carolina-Arkansas line. It's hard to project because you don't know who's going to get injured. Like, I think, though, and Jackpot helped me with this, I would think South Carolina would go in as a 5-point underdog.
No, I think it'd be more closer to 10.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Arkansas has lost a good bit, and I think 5 to 7. But yeah. But that line could change drastically if certain players get injured. So there you go. Billy says 9 is still too late for me. Look, Billy, we can't keep old man hours. I'm sorry, my friend. So let's go back out to the phones. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, this is Biscuit, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hello,
Good. So I was just offline talking to my wife, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. So I hope I'm not changing the subject too much on you. But I just wanted to speak briefly about that Nebraska Northwestern game.
Sure.
And how bad a call that onside kick was.
It was pretty bad.
I've heard. What's that?
That was pretty bad.
Well, I've heard a lot of discussion back and forth, and what you hear 50% of the people go, that was a terrible kick, and then you hear the other side go, but if it worked, it would have been amazing. And I think I can articulate why that was a really bad call, because some of the people that I'd listened to on like Mark Rogers' show had failed doing that. The most important thing in football, outside of obviously the score, is momentum. And when you have it, you want to hold on to it as long as you possibly can. You don't want to give it away. And Nebraska completely had it, driving twice in the second half and, taking the lead, and they had it all. You don't give it away. You make them seize it from you. You don't give it away on a low percentage, high risk, high reward play. That's my take on it always. You use plays like that to seize momentum when you don't have it.
Well, but do you think
Exactly.
my logic on that is that Scott Frost was thinking, holy fuck, this seat's getting hot over here in Lincoln. I need to do something that could slap some people in the mouth. So I'm going to try some crazy shit. And I think that's what he was doing, knowing that he's got to have 8 wins or he's going to be, coaching at New Mexico Tech next season. I mean, I believe.
Yeah, but
that.
here's the problem.
So,
Here's the problem with what you're saying is he was leading 28-17, and everything in the
Oh, yeah.
second half had been going right for him. I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
he walks away from that game with a field goal win, it's okay. It's not dramatic and what everyone wanted, but he still survives to the next week, and he still has an opportunity to win a lot of games. That's a conference loss. That's terrible. I mean, like starting off 0-1
in
against
your division,
the worst team in the conference, maybe second worst. I don't even know this year, but I thought that was really overly aggressive and unnecessary. You make them go the length of the field. You make them make a play that seizes momentum back for them. You don't give it to them. You had to know when you're kicking an onside kick that 85% of the time, 90% of the time, you're not going to get it.
yeah.
So you're basically giving them a helping hand. I just didn't agree with that at all. If he had been down 28-17 and wanted to try something because they were flubbing around on offense and stuff, then yeah, sure. But that I don't understand how he makes that call. It's just unbelievable. I was like, I'm not even a Nebraska fan. I was kind of pulling for them because I think they're great fans overall. I've heard great things about people who have gone to Nebraska to see games because their fans are very welcoming, apparently. And so I was kind of pulling for them. But to see that, man, I would have pulled out whatever hair I had left out if I were a Nebraska fan seeing that.
Yep. It's September, and that's probably the worst play of the year so far.
If
I
they had
prefer this
recovered
play.
that, they would have probably done something else stupid to piss the game away anyway.
Good point, Jackpot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even if you do get that, okay, but you were already in control. I mean, you could have kicked the ball off deep and just had a great defensive series. Make them go 80 yards. You know, something.
Well,
I mean, I just didn't understand what the risk reward there was just not worth it.
Biscuit. Yeah,
Like
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how old you are, Biscuit, but I can remember back when Nebraska was, an absolute power, Tommy Frazier and all those guys. And if you would have told them, hey, you're going to lose a game to Northwestern in that era, they would have laughed you out of the fucking stadium. But that's where Nebraska football is now. I mean, they have definitely fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, for some of the younger people that are in here, I view 1995 Nebraska as, if not one of the best teams of all time.
Yeah.
Like how good they were. They beat Spurrier at a time when he was at when Florida was at their all-time high. He was the hottest coaching commodity. He was like, I would call him almost Saban at that time. I mean, not Saban light. He didn't win as many national championships and that sort of thing, but he was that intimidating with his new offense and all that kind of thing. And they just ran over Florida, and Florida had no answer in that game. I think they scored 60-something, didn't they, in the national championship?
They did, and it was like, we're going to keep running it at you until you stop us. And Florida was
and they
just a bitch. Literally, we're going to run, stop us, see what happens. And they ran right over them. So.
And Florida was one of those teams back in the 90s that was a battle-tested team that had to play Florida State, who was always in the top. What did Florida State finish in the top 4 for 14 years in a row? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
They were battle-tested. They had to beat very good teams to get to where they were. I mean, even so, everyone thought going into that game that was going to be it. I don't remember if Florida was actually favored in that game or not. I think they may have been, but I'm not sure. But
I'm looking that up right now. It was
crazy.
It was 62-24. Let's see here. Rushing Nebraska. Tommy Frazier. Was it Tommy Frazier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Frazier had 16 carries for, and this is a crazy number. 16 carries for 199 yards. Phillips.
Yes, as a quarterback.
As a quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Phillips was their running back.
Lawrence Phillips
for $165. Think about that. Frazier was 6 of 14 through the air for 105 yards. But total offense in that game, let's see here. Total offense for Nebraska. Listen to this. Florida's total offense with Steve Spurrier running it, 269 total yards to Nebraska's 629 yards.
Well, that sounds like a Marcus Satterfield box score.
That is some craziness right there.
That game, I can still remember where I was when I was watching that game because it blew me away. Because being a Georgia fan and being in the mid '90s, that was our worst era by far. And So to see that happen in Florida, I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, normally I'm pulling for SEC teams, but to see Florida get smacked like that, I mean,
Hey,
my team
the
in the
other thing
national
too,
championship on a high stage, I loved it.
Warfel in that game threw for 255 yards. Florida was held to negative 28 rushing yards.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad defensively. I remember seeing Tommy Frazier run all over the place.
What a crazy game that is. Yeah. Good stuff there, man. All right,
So,
Biscuit.
yeah, one
Appreciate
other
you,
thing.
buddy.
Can I say one more thing? Or
Yeah, whatever you want, buddy.
are
Yeah, how
you
about it?
needing to? Yeah, okay.
No,
So
your thing.
the Vandy game, I actually fell asleep on the couch after the end of the second quarter and woke up in the third quarter when they were scoring their 48th point or something like that. I absolutely love the result of that game, and the reason why is this: whenever the bottom team in your conference, actually last year everyone knew whenever they played Vandy they were basically going to win. They had no chance. But what this does is this creates maybe potentially up to 8 more interesting games in the season, where when Vandy's playing, it's not just a boring game where maybe that someone doesn't want to be the one that they nip or the two that they nip, right? So I think just by them winning that game, it's increased the interest of the football season potentially this year, because they look like, I think Hawaii is trash, don't get me wrong, but I mean, Bama or Georgia expected to go out and beat teams, even an FCS team, 63-10. You don't expect that from Vandy, and they look like they had quarterback and running back speed, which can win you a game or two, even if you're not as talented as everyone else.
They looked fast against Hawaii, and I mean, hey, Vandy winning on the road is huge. I said that earlier because they don't win very many games, but Hawaii's really bad. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably go run some routes and they'd probably let you play. I mean, they are that right now. No offense.
They have dropped off. Yeah, I know they used to be a little bit better of a group of 5 school. But anyway, for that start though, no one expected that. Everyone can say that afterwards, but no one was. The spread was what, 8? At the end. No one was expecting them to win by 53. I mean, that's crazy. So for them, it's a good job. And now they have Elon and a few others that they probably could beat. What if they beat Wake Forest, Rob? Your second favorite team.
Possible.
I don't know, man. We'll have to see. There are some folks that I think I follow some Vandy folks on Twitter, and they were like, we might win a conference game. Might happen. Look out, Mizzou. We might come and get that ass. We'll see.
I think any team. I think a team that struggles offensively definitely could be in their range to nip. Like maybe, obviously Missouri stands out. That's possible. It's very possible. But they certainly made things look a little bit more dangerous playing them. Certainly.
All right, Biscuit. Hey, man, thank you for calling this program, buddy.
Yep.
Talk to you later. All right, Biscuit joining the program. Big Barney Ross says, what's the over and under on will the UT Chattanooga cheat train in Knoxville throw golf balls at Ball State? I don't know if they're going to throw golf balls, but mustard might be on the
You can't throw mustard on a red bird.
Good point, sir.
That would turn them orange.
That's good point, Jackpot.
Don't do it.
Not to think about it. Yeah, good point. All right. Final call for calls, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join us here on the program this evening, as we've reached week 1, and there are some interesting games. Just to recap here, the games that we had this week weren't really great, but listen to this set. Clemson versus Tech, FSU versus LSU, Oregon and UGA, Gamecocks and Georgia State, Army and Coastal. Lisa says, how many people are in the contest? We don't know yet because people can still enter. If you want to enter, go to robandkaleshow.com. Utah and UFL, Utah and Florida. Yeah, I'm just reading off my message here, buddy. Notre Dame and Ohio State, Cincinnati and Arkansas, North Carolina and App State, NC State and ECU, and the Kale Hall special is Houston and some other shithole, right?
UT San Antonio, the Roadrunners.
In UT San Antonio. All right. Mr. Boogie says, "Go Georgia Tech." You guys ride those dicks, folks.
Wreck
Tom
'em.
Helinski played pretty good yesterday. Yeah, he had a hell of a
Yep.
game. So, Steven says, "I have a weird infatuation with 18-year-olds being able to drink." No, I posted on Facebook that I thought it was stupid that you can go and sign for $100,000 in college loans, but you can't go and buy a beer. And people lost their gizzards with it. I think that if you're 18, you can vote, you can sign hundreds of $1,000s worth of debt, you can go and fight for your country. You should be able to drink beer. But the big problem in our country is there are a bunch of pastors who say liquor is the devil, and they think that alcohol will kill folks, and it won't. But there you go with that.
Yeah, North Carolina, Christian, I'd be kind of concerned about them. And they kind of struggled a little bit there with a Florida A&M team with what they have, 7 offensive linemen they took with them to Chapel Hill. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I could see them dropping that game Saturday in Boone. I think they do. Yeah, I think App State wins that game.
Yeah, I mean, would you be surprised? I think the line's 1.5.
It was a pick 'em.
There you go.
It's I would not be shocked at all.
803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
They lost to them 3 years ago, 2019. App State won in Chapel Hill. You know, the year that the Gamecocks lost to App State. Everybody made fun of us for App State. App State was pretty good. I mean, they're beating North Carolina that year too. So, yeah.
Billy wants to know if the standings are up on the website. Yes, they are. I'm going to post the link right here for you so you can see them, Billy. Right there, you just cut and paste the link and you will be good to go. All right, here you go. All of them will be up on the website every week. Now, this coming week, it's going to be a little bit different because we have some Monday games. But there you go. I just posted the link there for you there, Billy. So there you go with that. Yerder with the super chat says West Point is 2-2 against the Citadel since the 90s. Never played in Charleston, always in New York. I hope Coastal kicks their teeth in. Thoughts on that game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Army. I don't know, man. I think Army's going to control the clock. They're going to keep it out of Coastal's hands. Not going to be able to run that gimmick offense. It just all depends on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know how good Army's offense. I don't know who they've lost. I don't know who they're bringing back. But it's pretty much a rinse repeat with those guys anymore. Just usher out the old and in with the new. And it's just like a plug and play system, and it works pretty well. So, yeah. I think they could dominate Coastal up front.
We shall see on that front, but
they may have, and I don't know. I mean, those are should be some pretty well conditioned guys, but that's going to be a really humid atmosphere for them to be playing them. So, and I don't think they're really used to that. So, we shall see.
All right. Well, I'll have all the lines up on the website by Wednesday, so be sure to check that out. By the way, for folks watching the afternoon show, I'm gonna have I'm gonna suspend the afternoon show for a couple of days until I get into my new job. And I've got to get myself squared away there. Not going to bury the afternoon show, but I need a couple days to get my feet wet and get some training and all that good stuff for my new job. I've taken a job as a marketing coordinator, so I'm going to help some businesses grow. But Anyway, so looking
That
for
is
the
great.
afternoon show for the next couple of days. We're going to suspend the afternoon show for a little bit, but it will be coming back. But just needs a little bit of time there.
Hunter,
Christian Carver said, you didn't hear from me, but did you see the Zeal on Twitter video at the Atlanta Zoo picked Georgia Tech over Clemson?
I did. If only that were real. If only that were real life. You know what I mean?
SDDS Douglas says just left Clemson. The Jumbotron is huge. Good point, sir. Good point.
Hunter Slice says, Kirby, you seem like a guy that would jack off to midget porn. You say that like it's a bad thing.
Wait, what? What the fuck does this? So if midgets have a Jack Shack, is it like one of those little doll houses? Is that what they have?
Yeah. So, well, it's like it's kind of like it's in between that and a tiny home.
That's funny. Jay says, how about a 7 a.m. show? You know, I don't want to I know Uncle Lou does his show early, and I don't want to try to compete with Uncle Lou. He's got 100,000 followers, for God's sake. But I'm gonna end up having something somewhere. I'll figure something out. But you know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm looking forward to
53,000 last time I checked.
Jesus Christ. He's got a shit ton of followers, man.
He hit 50,000 over the summer.
I thought it was 100,000, but
no, it's not that many, but not be.
I watch ESPN's 5-hour documentary on SEC football. No. Why would I watch a 5-hour documentary on SEC football? Why would anyone watch a 5-hour documentary on
I don't even think I'd do that.
I mean, it's like, okay, there's a bunch of I mean, holy shit. Do they start and open every segment with this? Yes.
Leonard Sarasota said he found out that he could fit 6 donuts around his penis. What was it? The little Hostess ones you get at the at QT in the pack? It's like 6 of them there. They're kind of small.
Kentucky Durban has a good point. 4 hours of that show is UT cheating. There you go. That's why I'm not going to watch it, because 4 hours of it is probably Tennessee cheating.
The other hour of it is Kentucky losing to Tennessee.
Well, no, the other hour is Alabama fans jerking off on each other. So, yeah, that's not happening. Sir Uga says, I watched a 4-hour documentary on how bad Nebraska sucks on Saturday. Good point.
Yeah, they looked like a house of fires when that game started, though. I mean, they just marched right down there and scored. I mean,
Elijah says the ACC is trash. Okay, good for you, sir. Make sure you don't slip up and lose to Pitt again. Make sure that doesn't happen again.
oh Lord!
Because if that does happen,
if they lose
I'm going to be
game,
here regardless. But
if they lose that game, Knoxville's going to get burned to the ground.
I mean, shit. What happens if you burn Knoxville to the ground? It's just some plywood and a couple of fucking
that improvement, remodeling.
Yeah.
They tried, they tried to burn. They tried to burn their best to burn the city to the ground when UT hired Greg Schiano after they fired Butch Jones. You remember that? They set, what was it, like a Burger King or something they set on fire when they were up there throwing their little shit fit?
Yeah.
Dollar General, something.
SEC Dog says, Rob, I thought you didn't. I don't care about conferences. I'm just saying for the Tennessee folks who are, oh my God, we're going 10-2. Those folks, if you lose to Pitt, I'm still going to be here, but I'm going to laugh at you. Just saying. Billy says an unranked team losing to the ACC champs, ranked number 13. Stop it. Okay, so rankings matter now. Okay, good, because Pitt ranked, Texas A&M not, but Texas A&M still sucks a dick, and they get ranked at the beginning of the season here, and everybody thinks they're just this wonderful team, even though they finished 8-4, just like they did last year. But these SEC lower back motherfuckers, make sure they put them in the top 10
Who is that?
year every year. Texas A&M.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I can't really join in on the picking on them. So
You know what?
I have to sit that one out.
All the games on your schedule this year that I want you to win. And by the way, I'm covering the Gamecocks for WVOC this fall.
Gamecocks versus Texas A&M is like perennially like the fat kid who gets picked last in dodgeball class.
But here's the big thing with that. I hope, just on hope here, that South Carolina knocks the fuck out of Tennessee and Josh Heupel leaves and their dog has to get on the damn bus and just looks depressed. And I hope you beat Texas A&M. I hope you get those 2 games. I really do. Simply just for this show.
Thank you.
These guys,
I hope y'all beat Furman.
I appreciate that.
I know you need a lot of help.
Tennessee fans in here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're just going to turn those clan robes into Casper outfits and leave. We won't hear shit from them until baseball season when they're out there trying to be number 1 and then getting popped by Notre Dame again. So there you go with that.
Well, they won't get popped by Notre Dame. Didn't Notre Dame's coach go to Clemson?
No, that was Michigan's coach.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew it was some school from a cold place up north.
Yeah, some fucking cold place. I don't even know how that goes. Kentucky Durbin says, hope A&M loses at least 4. Okay. Huffer Billy Paul says South Carolina will beat Texas A&M.
Herbert Bradford said jackpot when the fans stood up to Tennessee about that Penn State coach we didn't want because he was involved with SEC with boys, sex with boys. Why didn't South Carolina hire that loser? Okay, first of all, we didn't have an opening because at the time we thought Boom was the second coming of all things great. Second of all, he didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, he did. He had zero to do with that. It's because he coached there at the time. Doesn't mean he was involved in it. Doesn't even mean he had any knowledge of it.
Yeah. What a mess.
What a mess.
All right. 803-470-2905. We're going to get out of here. But we'll be back at it on Wednesday. Appreciate you guys following the show. Make sure you get the picks and stuff will be up on the website by Wednesday. You can reach out to me on Twitter at Rob Sounds Good if you like. We're having at it. So there you go with that. All right, Jackpot. Good show, man. We'll see you guys later on.
All right, folks.